Hello, everybody again. Picking up on Job. Was left off. Job was complaining. Job was suffering and being afflicted, and not once but twice, and complaining and crying and suffering and misery. And 11 picks up where friends of his start talking to him. Job 11. Then Zophar the Naamathite replied, "Are all these words to go unanswered? Is this talker to be vindicated? Will your idle talk reduce others to silence? Will no one rebuke you when you mock? You say to God, my beliefs are flawless, and I am pure in your sight. Oh, how I wish that God would speak, that he would open his lips against you, disclose to you the secrets of wisdom, for true wisdom has two sides. Know this, God has even forgotten some of your sin." God never forgets any of your sin. I mean, not forget as in forget, but he doesn't hang on to it. He forgives you for it. He says, I remember your sins no more. I don't hold it against you anymore. He's forgiving you. This person tell him, was communicating, he's speaking out to God, that hey, all these words he's calling out to going to go unanswered. Is this talker going to be vindicated? Will your idle? He's speaking to God back and forth to Job as well. Will your idle talk reduce others to silence? Will no one rebuke you when you mock? You say to God, Job, my beliefs are flawless, and I am pure in your sight. Oh, how I wish that God would speak, that he would open his lips against you, Job, and disclose to you the secrets of wisdom. For true wisdom has two sides. Know this, God has even forgotten some of your sin. And he asks him again, the next question to Job, can you fathom the mysteries of God? Who can do that? Can you probe the limits of the Almighty? Who can do that? They are higher than the heavens above. What can you do? They are deeper than the depths below. What can you know? Their measure is longer than the earth and wider than the sea. If he comes along and finds you in prison and convenes a court, who can oppose him? Surely he recognizes deceivers. And when he sees evil, does he not take note? But the witless can no more become wise than a wild donkey's colt can be born human. Yet, if you devote your heart to him and stretch out your hands to him, if you put away the sin that is in your hand and offer it up to him 3 times a day, ideally at least once, and allow no evil to dwell in your tent, then, free of fault, you will lift up your face, you will stand firm and without fear. You will surely forget your trouble, recalling it only as waters gone by, because you've given it away. The sooner you give it away, the better. Stuff you hang on to throughout life, I can attest to this, takes a lot of time to get rid of. Life will be brighter than noonday, and darkness will become like morning. You will be secure because there is hope. You will look about you and take your rest in safety. You will lie down with no one to make you afraid, and many will court your favor. But the eyes of the wicked will fail, and escape will elude them. Their hope will become a dying gasp. So he's trying to help Job, giving him advice. And Job replied, doubtless you're the only people who matter, and wisdom will die with you. But I have a mind as well as you. I am not inferior to you. Who does not know all these things? He knows all those things, but it's not. He knows it, but he's kind of like not paying attention to him. He's not focused on him. I've become a laughingstock to my friends, though I called on God and he answered. A mere laughingstock, though righteous and blameless. Those who are at ease have contempt for misfortune, as the fate of those whose feet are slipping. The tents of marauders are undisturbed, and those who provoke God are secure. Those God has in his hand. But ask the animals, and they will teach you, or the birds in the sky, and they will tell you, or speak to the earth, and it will teach you, or let the fish in the sea inform you. Which of all these does not know that the hand of the Lord has done this? In his hand is the life of every creature and the breath of all mankind. Does not the ear test words, as the tongue tastes food? Is not wisdom found among the aged? Does not long life bring understanding? To God belong wisdom and power, counsel and understanding are his. What he tears down cannot be rebuilt. Yes, it can. Those by him. Those he imprisons cannot be released. Yes, they can by him. If he holds back the waters, there is drought. If he lets them loose, they devastate the land. To him belong strength and insight. Both deceived and deceiver are his. He leads rulers away stripped, makes fools of judges. He takes off the shackles put on by kings and ties a loincloth around their waist. He leads priests away stripped and overflows officials long established. He silences the lips of trusted advisers and takes away the discernment of elders. He pours contempt on nobles and disarms the mighty. He reveals the deep things of darkness and brings utter darkness into the light. He makes nations great and destroys them. He enlarges nations and disperses them. What's he going to do? He deprives the leaders of the earth of their reason. He makes them wander in a trackless waste. They grope in darkness with no light. He makes them stagger like drunkards. So he's after all the suffering he's had put upon him, he's gone through. He knows, like so many people out there, they know, but they just can't. At the same time, they doubt. Like they believe, but they doubt at the same time. They know, but they can't grasp what they know to be true. The conflictors, like tug of war, light, dark, pulling at them at the same time. Well, you can't. God never made us to endure this journey alone without his help. We can't. If we screw up left and right, over and over and over again, we become disoriented, we become confused, in a haze, in a daze, lost, wandering aimlessly, thinking we're safe and secure, believing it, in the recesses of our mind, believing in him or not, still going about our own business, only crying out to him when things go bad, we want something. Who of you has children, and your children, that's the only time they communicate with you? Are you happy with that? No, he wants to hear from us constantly. He wants to have that one-on-one relationship. He expects it, desires it, he longs for it. He doesn't want us to suffer. But right now, in the end times, in Revelations, a lot of suffering going on, and a hell of a lot more is going to come down. Those who are lost, don't worry about them. They left this world. Some judgment line, some to the light, some not. The children are lost, and the good that are lost, the innocent that are lost. Do not worry for them. Do not trouble yourselves. Grieve for them and be happy for them. Thankful to God that he's taken them up before things get really, really bad. And then focus on yourself. Help others as you can. He said, treat others as you would treat me. Treat him. And it's hard. It's getting harder and harder. All the division, divisiveness that's out there. Excuse me. It's harder and harder. Again, even more so, to call out for him for help. 13. My eyes have seen, Job's still talking, my eyes have seen all of this. So he's seen it. He's still conflicted. My ears have heard and understood it. What you know, I also know. I am not inferior to you, but I desire to speak to the Almighty and to argue my case with God. So argue with him. You can speak it out loud, you can think it. You, however, smear me with lies. You are worthless physicians, all of you. I haven't heard, I don't know what he's hearing from them. He's obviously speaking to some others who have not spoken in this book yet, or at all. If only you would be altogether silent, for you that would be wisdom. Hear now my argument. Listen to the pleas of my lips. Will you speak wickedly on God's behalf? Will you speak deceitfully to him, for him? Will you show him partiality? Will you argue the case for God? Would it turn out well if he examined you? Could you deceive him as you might deceive a mortal? I guess he's like, if we're going to get help, psychological, physical help, emotional help, mental help, financial help, whatever. These people are supposed to be helping us, but are they really helping us? Are they in it for themselves? Are they just giving us lip service, taking our money? They're exalting themselves. Do they believe in God? Are they serving him by helping you? Are they serving themselves in helping you? You'd rather talk to him, God directly. And you should. Trust in him. It says, would it turn out well if he examined you? Could you deceive him as you might deceive a mortal? He would surely call you to account if you secretly showed partiality. Would not his splendor terrify you? Would not the dread of him fall on you? Your maxims are proverbs of ashes, your defenses of clay. Speaking of priests at the time as well, priests that are out there. And evangelists are out there, not just doctors, lawyers, and people are supposed to be helping you or leading you, guiding you that aren't. They're in it for themselves. Keep silent and let me speak. Then let come to me what may. Why do I put myself in jeopardy and take my life in my hands? Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him. I will surely defend my ways to his face. Indeed, this will turn out for my deliverance. For no godless person would dare come before him. Listen carefully to what I say. Let my words ring in your ears. Now that I have prepared my case, I know I will be vindicated. Can anyone bring charges against me? If so, I will be silent and die. So he wants to plead his own case for God. He says, if anyone can bring charges against him for having done something wrong, why he's had to suffer? If they can, then he will be silent and die. Only grant me these two things, God, and then I will not hide from you. You can't hide from him anywhere. Withdraw your hand far from me and stop frightening me with your terror. Then summon me and I will answer, or let me speak and you reply to me. How many wrongs and sins have I committed? Show me my offense and my sin. Why do you hide your face and consider me your enemy? Will you torment a wind-blown leaf? Will you chase after dry chaff? Will you write down bitter things against me and make me reap the sins of my youth? You fasten my feet in shackles. You keep close watch on all my paths by putting marks on the soles of my feet. So man wastes away like something rotten, like a garment eaten by moths. So he's confronting God here. I'm sure we've all confronted him at some point because we understand something. Ask for discernment. It's very important. Ask for discernment and keep asking for it. Ask, help me to understand the why of this. Help me to see it when you present it to me, to discern it, understand it, and accept it. Chapter 14. He goes on, mortals born of woman are of few days and full of trouble. They spring up like flowers and wither away, like fleeting shadows, they do not endure. Very true. Do you fix your eye on them? Will you bring them before you for judgment? Who can bring what is pure from the impure? No one. A person's days are determined. You have decreed the number of his months and have set limits he cannot exceed. Again, speaking about our duration here in this world is set, each of us. So look away from him and let him alone till he has put his time like a hired laborer. So he's argumentative with God. He's angry because he doesn't understand. So look away from them. Look away from me. Let me alone. Leave me alone till I have put in my time like a hired laborer. That's not what God wants. God wants to be in your life, part of your life. At least there is hope for a tree. If it is cut down, it will sprout again, and its new shoots will not fail. Its roots may grow old in the ground and its stump die in the soil, yet at the scent of water it will bud and put forth shoots like a plant. But a man dies and is laid low, he breathes his last and is no more. As the water of a lake dries up on a riverbed riverbed becomes parched and dry, so he lies down and does not rise, till the heavens are no more, people will not awake or be roused from their sleep. Little did he know. Yes, they have been. Yes, they do and are. If only you would hide me in the grave and conceal me till your anger is past. If only you would set me a time and then remember me. Like, little feeling sorry for himself again, right there. Understandable, was always been through. If someone dies, will they live again? Yes. All the days of my hard service, I will wait for my renewal to come. You will call and I will answer you. You will long for the creature your hands have made. Surely then you will count my steps, but not keep track of my sin. My offenses will be sealed up in a bag. You will cover over my sin. And he's forgotten it. I mean, he's not forgotten it. He's just let it go. You offer it up to him. It's like negative energy giving to him. He takes it and turns it into positive energy. You fight against darkness. But as a mountain erodes and crumbles, and as a rock is moved from its place, as water wears away stones and torrents wash away the soil, so you destroy a person's hope. Oh, he's complaining again. He's just going from back and forth. You overpower them once for all, and they are gone. So, see, also this is to show how Job, who was so pious, such a good person, God was rewarding him for it. And he had the devil knock him on his ass twice. So show God's power that, hey, he can do this to anybody if he so chooses. And to test his faith, Job's faith, see how strong it is. It was really as strong as he says. He's exalting himself a little too much, becomes a little too cocky in his faith. We can become too cocky in our faith. So we gotta be careful of that. Be humble. And God's showing us this story how, hey, no matter who you are, I can take everything from you just like that. I can knock you down just like that. Because you are mine. I'm the potter, you are the clay. If he does do that to you, or something bad does happen to you, again, ask. Ask. 9 times out of 10, it's a result of a free will choice we made at some point in time. It could be darkness attacking us. That's why you rebuke, banish, Psalm 91, Psalm 19, the Lord's Prayer, call out God for his help. You know if it's darkness or not. And if it turns out that it's God, sometimes it is, ask why. To detour you, to delay you, something worse, to strengthen you, prepare you, teach you, etc., etc. You overpower them once for all, and they are gone. You change their countenance and send them away. If their children are honored, they do not know it. If their offspring are brought low, they do not see it. They feel, but the pain of their own bodies, and mourn only for themselves. And there, pick up. Another person is confronting him. These people may have been sent by God to prod at him, kick him where he's down, or test him, or to smear him, or lead him astray, test his faith even further. Job was very, very pious. He wasn't a bad person. And God did those things, and the devil do those things to him. We see that all the time today. Good people, bad things happen to them. And then those people get angry at God and they turn from God. Job's confronting him. Confront God. You have that right. Confront him. Why, Lord? Why is this happening? Don't close off your mind. If you ask a question, it's like, don't put something in a mailbox and then never check your mail. Don't open your door and yell out wait for an answer, and then turn around, shut your door, go about your business. Be open for an answer. Any answer, not the specific answer you want. It's not about you. It's about him. So stay safe. Things are getting crazy out there. It's going to get worse. In this country, as we get around the election and after the election, one wins, Harris wins. It could get ugly for a short time. If Trump wins, it's going to be the beginning of the end of this country as we know it, and maybe of this world. Maybe he's a tool of darkness. He may be a tool, but the devil's a tool of God too, in a way. He allows them to do something. So, ever more important now to have that relationship with God and talk to him, because you're going to need his help even more than before. So, peace of Christ. God bless.